आवाज येतोय? आवाज येतोय का?
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we now see the paste of bajra. So bajra is one of the major cereal crops mainly cultivated in our state, particularly in Marathwada region. So this bajra crop is mainly infected by the various pests. In that, major pest of the bajra, first one, that is the blister beetle. So this is the major pest of bajra, blister beetle, Malabrus pustulata. This pest is belongs from the order. कुठल्या ऑर्डर मधली पेस्ट आहे? Beetle belongs to which order? Coleoptera. So having blister beetle having two species. First one Malabrus pustulata and second one Latta species. Family Meloidae, order Coleoptera. So what is the economic importance of that pest? First one, what is mean by economic importance? So in that economic importance, any insect pest which having a economically importance regarding their harmful as well as beneficial uses or harmful to the crops, or it will be beneficial to the farmers. So we consider in that economic importance point. So it is the only important pest of bajra which occasionally breaks out in epidemic forms. Epidemic forms means in severe condition. That is means epidemic form. In some localities, the grubs mainly feed on the eggs of grasshoppers in soil, and thus grub is the beneficial for the farmers, and adult is the harmful stage of that species. So that's why grub of that blister beetle which feeds on the eggs of grasshoppers in a soil, that's why this is the beneficial to the farmers. Host plant mainly bajra, jawar, paddy, cocoa beans, beans, etc. Mark of identification mainly eggs which are light yellowish in color, cylindrical in shape, and their eggs laid by the adult female in a soil. Then larval stage mainly young grubs are whitish in color, whitish in color. Then adult stage mainly elytra, means that is the four wings of beetles which are blackish in color and round orange spots or pinkish spots seen on the elytra, as well as two transverse wavy lines, orange bands across the wings. So adult mainly medium in size, elytra or adult color mainly totally blackish in color, and their four wings having a two orange spot, a round orange spot, and three transverse wavy orange bands across their wings. Life cycle in that mainly adult female deposit their eggs in a soil. Mostly they deposit 4,000 eggs in a soil, complete one generation in a year. The adults specifically their site of oviposition of adults in a soil or near the bees nest, honeybees nest, so that when the larva hatch from that eggs, they can attach to the bees or grasshoppers and feed on their eggs. That's why they prefer their site of oviposition near the bees nest, and that's why they can easily that larva easily attached to the bees and travels towards the their food, or grasshoppers that travels through grasshoppers and feed on their eggs. From this larval stage, they will in later turns into a legless grub and then into fully grown adult, which occurs mainly during the month of May to September, typical growing season. So depending on the specific variety, blister beetle will determine the peak emergence period. So mainly why it is called as a blisters, because when this adult crush accidentally on the skin of humans cause blisters on their skins due to the chemical substance secreted from their body. That chemical substance name is the cantharidin substance, and due to that cantharidin substance uh, or cantharidin chemicals contact with the skin of a humans, they cause blisters. That's why it is called as a blister beetle. So in a nature of damage, blister beetles mainly adult stage is harmful to the crops, and larval stage is beneficial to the farmers. So mainly beetles attack on the inflorescence and feed on the pollens and petals of a flowers, and thus their adverse effect on the grain settings. In case of severe infestation, airheads remains without grains. Empty airheads produce and the grubs, which is harmless to the crops, and their adverse effect on the yield of a bajra. It creates blisters on the body if any part of the body is under pressure. That's why it is called as a blister beetle. They secrete a chemical substance which is known as a cantharidin from their body, and when crushed on human body cause blisters, hence they are called as a blister beetle. So this is the common name of that pest. Then management practices for that: collection of beetles by the hand net, then dusting the crop with methyl pyrotheon 2% dust, carbaryl 4% dust at the rate 20 kg per hectare as soon as the pest is noticed. The next crop, that is the pest of wheat. So wheat is mainly infected by the nearly about 2 dozen insect. Among that, important pests are the aphids, termites, armyworm, pink stem borer, pod borer, Guhija weevil. These are the major pests. So these termites we seen in the pest of sugarcane. Armyworm already seen in uh, sorghum. Pink stem borer we should already seen. So now in the major pest of the wheat, first see the wheat aphid. So scientific name Macrosipum miscenti, family Aphididae, order Hemiptera. Distribution all over the wheat growing areas. Host range mainly wheat, barley, oats, cynodon, dactylon. Development in that aphids, there are the two different stages: winged and wingless. So winged aphids, which is also known as synonymous term alates, and wingless, that is the apterus. Sexual or sexual two forms observed in that aphids. So rapid spread takes place through asexual reproduction as compared to the sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction through that mainly aphids spread is mainly spread high or rapid spread due to the asexual reproduction, where females give rise directly give the nymphs instead of deposition of the eggs. They directly give birth to the young ones, that is the nymphs. Infestation mainly severe during the second fortnight of January till crop maturity. Second fortnight means 15 January to that is the second fortnight, 15 January to 30 January, to steel crop maturity. Then life cycle, mainly eggs which are dirty whitish in color, laid along the veins of a leaves. The nymphal stage, there are the four nymphal instars. General nymphs looks like a adult females, instead of their size, the first, second, third, fourth nipple stages having first 2 days, first instar stage, second day, second instar stage, second 2 days, third instar stage, and third days, fourth instar stage. This is the lifespan of the fourth instar nipple stages. Names mainly looks like a female, except that the females comparatively larger in size. Mainly breeding at the fast rate during the cold weather as compared to the warm weather, and reaches their highest population in the month of February to March, when the years are ripening. Wheat years are the ripening. At that time, their population of that aphids in a peak level in the month of February to March. Adult stage mainly aphids, small in size, soft-bodied insect. Shape of the aphids mainly pear-like shape, having a cornicles on their abdominal, fifth or sixth abdominal segments. Aphids mostly greenish in color. Both winged and wingless forms of aphids seen in the wheat aphid species. Both forms mate within a day or two after the final molt and start reproducing directly young ones. The Apterus forms produce significantly more numbers as compared to the alate, that is the winged aphids. It feeds generally in the field. Generally, viviparous Apterus forms are observed in large numbers. Viviparous means directly give birth to the young ones instead of deposition of the eggs. So that viviparous Apterus forms generally observed in large number during the field condition. So in that, these are the two forms of aphids. Alate means having a wings, and Apterus, that is the without wings. So when the wheat crop is ripe and the summer is approaching, the winged forms of both males and females are produced, and they migrate to other plants like Cynodon dactylon. That's why at the end of this season and before the summer start, these wings forms aphids mainly forms wings in the male and female of the aphids for the migration purpose from one field to the another field. That's why these wing form aphids emerge during the end of the season for the migration purpose. So these are the mainly Apterus females, large numbers in colonies during the infestation period. So these are the sucking pest, their damaging stage, names, and adults mainly sucking the cell sap from the plants, particularly from the ears. They appear on young leaves or ears in a large number during the cold and cloudy weathers. So this is the cold and cloudy weather, which is beneficial to that aphids for increasing their infestation or also increase the rate of multiplication. The damage is particularly severe in years of cold and cloudy weathers. A heavily manured crop, well irrigated crop, succulent crop will harbor the pest for a longer period and suffer greater damage. So this is the condition for the aphids multiplication, as well as increase the incidence of aphids due to heavily manured crop, well irrigated wheat crop, and succulent growth of a crop. So that's why this stage of the plant or wheat crop mainly favorable for the aphid multiplication. So these are the infested wheat. In that, they suck the cell sap from the tender leaves, from the lower side of leaves, and due to that sucking the cell sap, leaves color turns into a yellowish in color. Also, they suck the cell sap from the developing ears of wheat, and there are adverse effect on the grain setting and their yield also minimized due to the infestation of aphids. So this is heavily infested wheat plant due to the aphids. And in the second picture, due to the infestation of aphids, the growth of the plant which is stunted, lower numbers of panicles emerge due to the infestation of that aphids. Management practices, ETL level of that pest, 5 aphids per year head, application of mainly systemic group of chemicals in that dimethoid 30 EC, methyl O-dimetone 25 EC or monoprotophos 36 SL at the rate 375 ml for 1 hectare area in 500 liter of water. Since the aphids appears first on the borders of the crop, spray only on the infected strips to So next crop, that is the sugarcane, which is mainly cultivated in western Maharashtra, having a large area under that crops. This sugarcane is mainly infected by the various pests like borer categories pest, sucking pest, root borers, hide grubs. These are the major pests of sugarcane. As near about 200 species of insect pests have been reported to cause damage on the sugarcane. Mainly borers, white grubs, termites in ratoon crops are recognized as a major pest. Among the borers, top borer is concerned in the North India, early shoot borer, internode borer, prevalent throughout the sugarcane growing areas. Gurdaspur borer, sal borer also gain importance in the north and northwestern parts of the country. The sugarcane crop, because of its long duration, is near about 1500 months to 1800 months. This dense growth of the canopy is least amenable for the application of insecticidal spray. So the burrowing nature of the borers larva also reduce the riches of insecticidal spray. Borer pest or due to the growth concern, these management practices also having limitations during the application for the management of a various pest. So common name of the various pest are leaf shoot borer, internode borer, top shoot borer, stalk borer, and root borer. These are the major borer categories pest of the sugarcane. So early shoot borer, Chylomphus catalus, damage symptoms, dead hurt means drying of the central shoot. Internode borers, Chylosaccharococcus indicus, bore holes in the stem. Top borer, Scripophaga exertalis, bore holes in the stem. Stalk borer, Chylo ericalis, bore holes in the stalk. Root borer, Emalocera depressera, bore holes in the roots or underground stem of the sugarcane. So first one, borer categories first, early shoot borer. Scientific name Chylomphus catalus, family Cerambaceae, order Lepidoptera. So why it is called as early shoot borer? Their common name itself indicates that this pest mainly infect during the early stage of the crop growth, mainly sugarcane. After the plantation of sugarcane, up to 8 weeks after the planting of the sugarcane, incidence of that pest is started. That's why it is called as a early shoot borer, Chylomphus catalus. This pest mainly grow distribution throughout the Asian countries, host range, pearl millet, oat, barley, maize. Economic importance of that pest, this is the widespread all over the cane growing areas. Heavy incidence of that pest mainly observed during the sugarcane crop is taken in the light soil where there is the shortage of irrigation facilities in the month of summer. Heavy losses due to that pest near about 20 to 33% in a yield and 12% in the recovery. So 12% loss in the recovery and 22 to 33% loss in the yield due to the early shoot borer infestation. Mark of identification in that eggs, mainly eggs which are flat in shape, look like a scale, laid in the rows 3 to 5 rows on the lower surface of leaves in a groups or in a masses of 4 to 100. The masses are slightly overlapping like a tiles. So they deposit mainly their eggs on the lower surface of leaves in a groups or in a mass of 4 to 100. Then larval stage, which is a dirty whitish in color with high dark violet longitudinal strips and dark brown head. Full grown larva measures 20 to 25 mm in a length. Pupal stage of that paste takes place in the tunnels made by the larva in infested sugarcane caterpillars. Before pupating makes a large exit hole on the stem and blocks the opening with a silicon disc for the emergence of a adults. Adult stage, mainly pale grayish brown moth with black dots near the costal margin of the forewings and white hind wings. Life cycle of the early shoot borer, mainly eggs of that paste deposit on the lower surface of leaves, also on the sides of midribs of the leaves. About 11 to 20 egg masses with 16 to 65 eggs in each cluster are deposited by the single female. Incubation period, that is the 3 to 6 days. Larval period of that paste, mainly 22 to 31 days. Pupal stage inside the stem, pupal period 7 to 9 days. Life cycle of that paste total completed within a 34 to 51 days. So near about 8 generations per year of that paste is completed. Carryover stage of that paste is the larval stage, which is carry from one season to the another season. In the larva goes to the hibernation in a stubbles. Then seasonal occurrence, this pest is mainly active during the month of from the month of July to September in Adsali planting, November to December in pre-seasonal planting, and January to March in a Suru planting. Moderately high temperature, low humidity, and light rains. These are the favorable conditions for the infestation of that pest. Then nature of damage, larval stage is the damaging stage of that pest. Is mainly the pest is mainly injurious to the young cane up to 8 weeks after planting. The caterpillars initially enters into the younger shoots by making the hole just above the ground level and tunnels downwards. The central shoots dries up due to the infestation of dead herds. It is the characteristic sign of presence of the pest within the plants. So dead herds can be easily pulled out. The central shoot dried rods inside the stem emits an offensive smell on being which is pulled out. So mainly this pest cause damage to the sugarcane crops up to 8 weeks after the planting. The young larva, after emergence from the or after hatching from the eggs, start boring to the young shoots, enters into the young shoots, and these shoots should be tunnels downwardly and cause dead heart symptoms. These dead heart symptoms is the typical sign of infestation of that early shoot borer. That is the indication of that dead hearts. So infested dead hearts can be easily pulled out. The central shoot, which is a dried rods inside the stem and it emits a offensive smell from the infested shoots of the sugarcane. The next one, major pest of the sugarcane from the borer categories, that is the internode borer Chylosaccharophagus indicus. This pest was recorded to be as a minor pest, but due to the increase the area under the sugarcane, it caused near about 8 to 34% reduction in the yield and 0.6 to 4.20% reduction in the recovery of a sugarcane. Eggs looks like a scale, whitish color eggs deposited by the females in a groups 9 to 11 near the midribs, on the leaf sheath or on the stem. Larval stage, which is a whitish larva with 4 violent longitudinal strips on each section. And then pupa that paste, which is a pupa, which is a semi-dried teeth of that pupa. Pupal period 7 to 10 days. Adult stage of that paste is a medium in size, looks like a straw, small in size. Their color looks like a straw color, 10 to 12 mm in length. Wings have marginal dark line and hind wings which are the whitish in color. Life cycle, eggs that mostly deposit between leaf sheath and the stem in a leaf sheath or stem, that is the site of oviposition of internode borer in a clusters or in a groups. Incubation period 4 to 9 days. Larval period 31 to 38 days. Life cycle completed within a pupal stage of that pest is inside the stem in the larval tunnels. Pupal period 7 to 10 days. Total life cycle of that pest is completed within 6 to 8 weeks, with 5 to 6 generations completed in a 1 year. Carryover stage of that pest is the larval stage, which is a carryover stage from one season to the another season. Larva which goes to the hibernation in a canes or stubbles from the month of November to February. Seasonal occurrence, this pest found throughout the year. Infestation mainly noticed from May to September. This pest is mostly active during the daytime and warm condition. Then nature of damage, infestation of that pest is noticed in all stages of the crop growth. Firstly, it acts as a early shoot borer, causing dead herds The activity as an internode borer starts from 3 to 4 months after planting and continue till to the harvesting of the crop. Mainly caterpillars bores to the nodal region of the plant and enters into the cane. Mainly these caterpillars of the internode borer nodal region prefers for their infestation. Caterpillars bores at the nodal region and enters into the stem. Due to feeding, galleries are formed inside the cane. The tissues turns into a reddish in color and cane becomes hard. The larva may attack number of nodes. Habit of boring into the one internode after the another. Those nodes which are infected by the larva becomes hard in a structure, and their habit of infestation of that caterpillar, that is the boring one internode, after that they uh, infest on the another internode. So this internode borer mainly initially act as a early shoot borer, causing dead herds. Then this activity of that internode borer start from 3 to 4 months after planting to the continue to the till the harvesting. Caterpillars mainly prefers nodal region and enters into the cane. Due to the feeding, galleries are formed inside the cane. The tissues turns red, leading to reddish appearance, and cane becomes hard. So in that first picture we see the infested nodal portion of the sugar cane, then making the galleries inside the infested stem of the sugar cane, and these canes becomes reddish, or their tissues becomes reddish in reddish appearance. The next borer, that is the top shoot borer, Sarcophaga exertalis. This is the serious pest of the sugar cane in our India. Maximum loss 18.5 to 55% in the yield have been reported. Eggs mainly deposit on the lower surface of top leaves in a groups, particularly near midribs. The clusters are covered with a buff colored hairs. Larval stage, which is a smooth white cream colored with red colored mid dorsal lines and yellow colored head. Pupal stage takes place within the larval stage in the chamber with an exit hole constructed by the caterpillars. Adult, which is a whitish in color, having a two black spots on the anal region of the wings. Life cycle. This adult female of the top borer deposit 35 to 216 eggs under surface of a leaves. Incubation period 7 to 10 days. Then caterpillar mainly 3 to 5 to 6 weeks duration. Pupal stage 10 to 12 days. Pupa of pest is inside the stem in the larval tunnel. Life cycle of that pest is completed within a 5 to 9 weeks. Near about 6 generations of that pest completed in a one. Carryover stage of that pest is the full caterpillar goes to the hibernation during the month of winters. Seasonal occurrence. This pest is mainly observed during the month of October and November in arsali planted canes. Then nature of damage. This is the larval stage is the damaging stage of that pest. Mainly this first instar larva crawls actively on the leaves, bore into the midribs from the lower side of the inner leaves, and making a holes on the infested leaves by the early larva. Then this larva tunnels through the midrib of the sugarcane crown and then enters into the central core, making the hole through the unfolded leaves. The leaves shows the larval damage as a shoot hole or unfolding or making a more number of holes on that infested shoots. The midrib tunnel initially remains white and later turns into a reddish color. Presence of reddish midribs tunnels on the crown lip indicates that is the top borer infestation. Top borer infestation mainly, their common name itself indicates that their infestation mainly on the top portion of the sugarcane. So larva eats away the growing point and cause dead hurt symptoms. As a result of the fourth brood attack, side shoots develop and give appearance as a bunchy top. So this is the bunchy top appearance in a sugarcane due to the infestation of that top borer, or bushy appearance, or bunchy top appearance develop due to the side canes or side shoots. Mature larva tunnels through the cane downwards and reach towards the rind to make the exit hole before the pupation, and behind the exit hole also produce several silicon discs for the cell protection. So these are the infested various symptoms caused due to the infestation of that top shoot borer. This is the shoot hole symptoms due to the infestation of the early top shoot borer larva. Then infested sugarcane along with a bunchy top or bushy appearance develop due to the infestation of top shoot borer into a shoots, and they form a number of bushy structures or bushy appearance. That is the emergence of various shoots from the infested near the infested shoots. Then management practices for the borer categories of pest, in that collection and destruction of egg mass, removal of dead herds, early earthing of canes usually a month after planting helps in the minimization the damage due to the early shoot borer. Timely planting in Adsali, June, July, pre-seasonal in October, November, and Suru in December, January. Digging out the clumps or stubbles after harvesting to kill the hibernating larval stages for the minimize the infestation of early shoot borer, internode borer. Then burning the trash after harvest to prevent carryover the internode borer infestation to the succeeding crops. Then biological control agents, in that use of the eggs, parasitide, Trichogramma chilonis, 50,000 adults per hectare per week in 6 to 8 installment. Then trichocards are commercially available for the control of that pest. Then chemicals for the early shoot borer, drenching the soil with 0.1% linden, 20 SC, that is the 5 liters in 1,000 liters of water per hectare. Immediately after planting in the furrows by using water can spray or apply granular insecticide, mainly carbaryl 4G plus linden 4G at the rate 25 kg in furrows at the time of planting, or spraying the crop with 0.05% chlorpyrifos as soon as incidence of that pest is noticed. So this is all about the borer categories pest of the sugarcane. ओके, कोणाला डाऊट असेल तर विचारा. Early shoot borer, internode borer, top shoot borer. Early shoot borer, that's common name itself indicates that pest cause infestation on the shoots up to 8 weeks of the planting. Internode borers mainly infest the internodes of the sugarcane, and top shoot borer, in that they mainly prefer the top portion of the sugarcane for their infestation. These all three pests belongs to Lepidoptera order. ठीक है,